Coffee by the pound. With Starbucks stores on every corner and local coffee shops popping up in every town, there's no question that the coffee industry is booming right now. Over the past few years, coffee production and consumption levels have been increasing gradually, and industry experts anticipate that this trend will continue. Studies on coffee offer some very fascinating information on consumer coffee consumption, helping us to understand which demographics are more likely to start the day with a cup of coffee. Are you interested in learning more about how coffee is consumed around the world? Just keep on watching the video as we share some interesting facts about global trends in the coffee industry. Be sure to like this video too, and subscribe for similar content. How much coffee is consumed globally? Every single day, a whopping 2 billion cups of coffee are consumed. Worldwide, there are about 1 billion coffee drinkers. According to studies on coffee consumption, between 30 and 40% of people worldwide drink coffee daily. These percentages are substantially greater in the United States and represent around 65% of the entire population. Over half of Americans choose coffee over any other beverage, with about 85% of Americans having at least 1 cup of coffee at home each day. Coffee around the world. Coffee is the world's third favorite beverage, only being beaten by tea and water. It is consumed in huge quantities all over the globe, and it's been a part of daily life for many millennia. Finland, the Netherlands, and Sweden are the 3 top nations that consume copious amounts of coffee every day. Each person in these countries drinks up to 22 pounds of coffee each year. The third largest coffee market in the world is Germany. The fact that Germany's domestic coffee roasting is well loved is one of the factors contributing to its popularity. The majority of the nations who choose to consume instant coffee come from Asia, including China, Turkey, Russia, and Australia. Even if they produce the most natural coffee in the world and export it to all other nations, certain Latin American nations also choose to drink instant coffee. Arabic coffee consumption. Arabic coffee is traditionally provided to guests or during family get-togethers. The most common type of coffee produced in the Middle East is Arabic coffee, which is steeped in Arab and Middle Eastern culture and tradition. In the Middle East, coffee is a representation of hospitality. Giving good hospitality in Saudi Arabia means always offering a cup of coffee. Sweet treats like dates and chocolates are often consumed alongside cups of coffee. The cup is just half filled and can be filled again after serving the most significant or senior guest. It is customary to consume at least 1 cup, but don't gulp down more than 3. Both men and women from all walks of life prepare and consume Arabic coffee, especially at home. Cuban coffee consumption. Most Cubans are used to consuming café cubano, or coffee, several times per day. It is typically consumed with toasted bread for breakfast. At lunch and dinner, it goes with other dishes that are standard fare. In the decades that followed the Cuban Revolution, the island's modern-day coffee culture was developed. It didn't take long for the beverage to evolve into a symbol of pride and cohesion for the entire island of Cuba. Compared to other forms of coffee, Cuban coffee is known for its robust, sweet flavor and thicker texture. It is traditionally prepared in the manner of an espresso mix by blending sugar into the finely ground dark coffee before the brewing process begins. The strength of Cuban coffee is roughly double that of typical American coffee. When made correctly, it produces a thick, unapologetically powerful, slightly syrupy brew with a seductive scent. This richness mostly results from a distinctive Robusta and Arabica bean combination and a particular roasting procedure. Do you think you'd enjoy a cup of classic Cuban coffee? The espresso beverage is frequently served after dinner or at morning with a glass of hot milk. Moroccan coffee consumption. Although most people would assume that mint tea is the most popular hot drink in Morocco, the truth is that Moroccans like coffee, and their affection for consuming this well-known drink is ingrained in their culture. Coffee is much more than just a source of caffeine in Morocco. It's a flavor experience. Often, Moroccan coffee is combined with spice blends like baharat. This mild combination of brewed coffee, cardamom, nutmeg, cumin, cloves and cinnamon concentrates more on the brew's digestive qualities than its euphoric effects. The Moroccan coffee ritual is as intriguing as it is complex, with different rules and customs depending on the time of day, the sort of social gathering, and whether or not sugar is added. Consider a Moroccan wedding, where coffee is given with an abundance of sugar as a pleasant taste of the sweetness of the occasion. Compare this to the black, bitter coffee that is solemnly provided to funeral attendants. This beverage is also a sensory representation of the mood of the consumer. Belgian coffee consumption. Although they don't consume quite as much as their neighbours, Belgians are still avid coffee addicts, with around 82% of them indulging in a steamy cup from time to time. Belgians have created a variety of gourmet coffee recipes, such as espresso coffee mousse and mocha ice cream balls. Whipped cream, cinnamon and/or chocolate are frequently added to café au lait, espresso coffee with milk, and this is the most widely consumed variety of coffee in the nation. The enormous variety of coffee available in Belgium is well known. The nation currently sits at the crossroads of the two main European coffee cultures, so you can find both the stronger coffees that are typically found around the Mediterranean region, as well as the milder varieties that are more popular in the northern portion of Europe. Where is the best coffee in the world from? Many people would consider Ethiopia to be the source of the world's best coffee. Why? Ethiopia possesses all the elements that many people think make for the best coffee in the world due to its long history of coffee cultivation, geographic position, and opportunity equality. After all, the coffee bean was discovered in Ethiopia. Because most of the roasts are grown in high altitudes with ideal climate conditions, the coffee produced in Ethiopia is superb. Additionally, the majority of coffee farms cultivate the Coffea arabica heirloom species, and this type of coffee is known as the queen of all coffees out there. Ethiopian coffee has an unmistakable, sensitive and delicate flavor. The aftertaste has hints of blueberry, bergamot and jasmine. Ethiopian coffee typically has a rich, flowery, tea-like flavor. Would you give it a try? As you now know, coffee is consumed every day all across the world, from Belgium to the United States to Morocco. Each country cultivates, consumes, and regards coffee in a different and unique way. What part of the world would you like to travel to in order to taste their coffee? Let us know in the comments down below, and be sure to subscribe to our channel for more informative videos like this one. See you next time.